Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you enjoyed the intro. It's all part of saying thank you in this video for hitting 1,000 subscribers. So what I want to cover in this video is firstly a thank you. I want to talk about the highlights of kind of the last year or so, talk about the rebrand, give you a little bit of insight into the past and what I'm doing now, and then also discuss some ideas for the future. So first of all, thank you for helping me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I know to a lot of channels out there it's a really small number, but to me it means a lot. So at the start of this year I set myself 3 goals. One was to achieve 1,000 feedback on my eBay, to become a registered business, and to hit 1,000 on YouTube. And thankfully that is now all 3 goals that I have achieved, which is really great to have done. And along the route I've had some really fantastic experiences from all of them, not just YouTube, but because they all mix together. So some people who, for instance, follow me on YouTube or buy on eBay, or they'll follow my Instagram, I've had some fantastic experiences. So like some of the highlights, for instance, are I saw one of there was like a yellow vintage fan. I don't know if anyone remembers that. That one got sold to Marmalade Productions, so it turns out that it's going to be a prop in the latest Paddington movie. I had one of my master systems go down to the London Science Museum that was being used in an expo, and then you can just about see it in the background, the rocket down there, and the other one. The reason they got taken off sale was I got approached by the producers of a BBC TV production called The Bidding Room. They're the same people who make The Repair Shop, to ask if I wanted to feature and film for an episode of The Bidding Room where I take those items on, and then you basically take them to experts and they offer you money to buy them. I had like a telephone interview and all that kind of stuff. After they approached me, I didn't approach them, they'd seen my content, and I got onto the reserve list, so I didn't get a filming block. And in fact, at the time of recording, they said you're on the reserve list, and if you haven't heard from us by the 1st of May, unfortunately you won't be on. But you know, another fantastic opportunity that just came out of the blue and kind of made me smile. So yeah, because of that, because of hitting 1,000, which meant a lot to me, I decided to rebrand. So the current thing you've seen with the orange tape cassette and the intro outro, that was just me like very quickly going, I need a logo, about a year or so ago, and going on one of those kind of self-designed web pages. And at the time the cassette seemed right. It was kind of in on the branding of the 80s items. I was doing a lot of kind of Walkmans and things like that. But actually where I am at now, I'm a lot broader with the stuff that I do. And so if you'll have seen the intro, the symbol is the retro restoration, so it's an R and an R, and then you have the spanner kind of hidden in the middle, and there's a spanner kind of hidden in the word as well. So I worked with someone on Fiverr to design my logo, and then I worked on someone else to do my new intro outro, which I think is awesome. So yeah, just a real step up in just kind of like production value, basically. Like if you look at my very first videos, which are filmed on my iPhone, and then I was using the app on the iPhone to just kind of screenshot the beginning and put in the intros, and up to where I am now with filming on my new phone, new intro outros, and I'm currently going back through all my videos, updating all the thumbnails, which ties into kind of where I came from. So a little bit of an idea about my past. So during COVID, like a lot of people, I kind of found a hobby. I always loved the Sega Game Gear, and in fact you can see a lot of there's a boxed one here at the back, there's a modified one in here, some of the accessories. So I started off with recapping, so restoring a Game Gear for myself, and then I realised that every time I did one, I could like add a game to my collection. So I could add a game in here, or I could add an accessory, and that turned into kind of doing one a week for near enough a year. And I basically had every single accessory available and like tons of games. And then what I did recently, I kind of thinned my collection down to just the stuff that I had as a kid, because when I collect, everything you kind of see here is stuff I owned, or my friends maybe had it and I really wanted it. So the Tommy turning turbo dashboard, this is something I made with my dad. I've got a Talk Boy in there, which is something I didn't have but really wanted. So I don't collect for the sake of collecting. Same for all my games consoles, they have to mean something to me. But I digress. So I started doing all these Game Gears for like a year or so. And I got totally burnt out eventually just doing the same thing. So I started then just doing buying anything listed as spares and repairs on eBay, and just trying to fix it. So I'd set like a price limit of about maybe £10, and I'd get it in, and I just started learning and building up and building stock and slowly upgrading my workshop equipment from the basic soldering iron to like the solder station I have now, that kind of thing. So I built up, and then what I started doing then was going, well, okay, let's find some more stuff. So I started using your marketplaces, and then I started using auction houses to get the stuff in. And what I would do, I would really getting that stuff in just to be able to get hold of more varied stuff rather than just competing on eBay. And then what I was doing was I'd fix them up and start selling them on eBay. Now it got to the level where my turnover in basically here in the UK, you're only allowed to sell like £1,000 worth of stuff on eBay before you have to be registered as a business. So even though I wasn't really making much of a profit because I was just buying it in and repairing it and selling it, it was like pounds. Suddenly with the change, I had to become registered as a business because it looked like I was making money when actually I've been making a loss, which I'll come on to. So at that point I decided, you know what, okay, I'll register as a business. And the reason I make a loss is because I'm registered as a business. I have to have an accountant, I have to like go to these auction houses and all the petrol and stuff. But I have a full-time job, which means I only have my evenings and weekends to work on things. So I can't buy like loads and loads of stuff to sell and get the income. I only have the capacity to turn over like a small amount of stuff in the evenings and the weekend, and yet I still have all the outlay of a business. But because I was doing it anyway, and I'm in my current job, I'm contracted for another year or so, I thought, you know what, this is something I'd like to do in the future. And this moves on to the future now. So I was like, you know what, I want to make this my future. So I will commit, I will register as a business, I will keep doing things, I'll grow my YouTube, I'll grow my reputation on eBay, even though I am making a loss. And so that is where my future is going. I'm going to continue. I'm like totally committed to retro restorations. The only thing I need to work out is how I balance right now that buying and selling side that I do, which is my only real source of revenue for the business, at a loss because I can only turn over so much, and then making the restoration videos that you see. So purposely buying in items that I know are faulty, and then filming like the restoration process because it's enjoyable for me to do and it's enjoyable for me to share. But I'm not monetized. I don't have enough watch hours despite hitting 1,000. I'm thinking potentially I could do a Patreon or buy me a coffee site, but I need input from you guys as to what value you would want to see from those. So would you like to see kind of behind the scenes of the business? So like me traveling on auction day, the items in the back of the car, this is what I've got. Do you want to see more of the repair side, which maybe, because sometimes I can spend like 4 hours repairing something and I have to turn it into about a 15-20 minute video that you can watch. But maybe you're repairing something like that and I've just fast forwarded through a step you want to see. I could maybe just put all the like the unedited footage on like the Patreon site or whatever it might be. Other than that, yeah, you can do the kind of thing of putting people's names at the end of the videos as a thank you. But I would really appreciate your thoughts about what kind of stuff you would like to see or be willing to pay to see, because I have to find a way of making this business sustainable for the future until I can actually do it full time, and that means I can scale up because I'll have the time to scale up what I can sell. But yeah, I'm totally committed. But it's like a year until I can go full time. Just do my best that I can at the minute. And so that's kind of like the thank you, the rebrand, the past and the future. So I guess all that's really left to do is just say like a big thank you again for helping me hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. I look forward to making lots more videos on YouTube and carrying on eBay into the future. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to meeting lots more people along the journey and making like loads more fantastic memories. So as I always say, all the best, take care and see you.